Hello everyone, good day. Today we will be talking about another essential topic in crop protection, primarily entomology. We will be talking about insect orders. Now, we will not be covering all of the insect orders, okay, because there's a lot of them, but we will be covering most of the insect orders being talked about in entomology, especially in the study of agriculture. And what I'm going to do is to divide these orders according to wings or specific characteristics ng isang insekto. So part 1, we will cover those insect orders with membranous wings, for example. Then we will cover naman those insects with hardened forewings. And then those insect orders that are wingless, yung mga walang pakpak. And those insects with unique wing structures, or those insects that are unique, okay, insect orders that are unique. So ganun natin hahatiin yung discussion natin on insect orders. Let's start off with insects with membranous wings or transparent, delicate wings. The first order here would be order Odonata. Now, the Odonata comes from the Greek word toothed. Yun yung Greek word nung toothed, yun yung ibig sabihin ng word na odonto, which came from Odonata. Now, this refers now to the sharp mandibles of your insects, such as your dragonflies and damselflies, for example. Kung mapapansin nyo, yung iyong dragonfly, very sharp yung kanyang mandible, and doon ipinangalan sa kanya yung kanyang insect order. Ano ang wing structure ng Odonata? Simply, they are membranous wings. So, maninipis. Okay? Manipis na pakpak, usually of equal sizes. Now, these insects are excellent flyers. Predatory sila. And they do have their nymph stage. Ibig sabihin, before sila magkapakpak, they spend most of their quote-unquote young life in the water. So, common example, nasabi ko na, dragonflies and damselflies. Another insect with membranous wings would be your order Ephemeroptera. Now, Ephemeroptera comes from the Greek word ephemera. Ang ibig sabihin niyan, short-lived, maigsi lamang ang kanilang buhay. And that's what it means. Orders in this insect order, insects in this insect order have very brief adult life. So, maiksi lang yung kanilang buhay. Sometimes, a day, mamamatay na sila. So, in their adult life, after one day, sila ay mamamatay na. Kaya siya tinawag na ephemeral or ephemeroptera. They also have aquatic nymphs. Ibig sabihin, yung kanilang young life is spent on waters as well. And they do have two pairs of transparent wings. With the front wings, yung front wings niya is larger than their hind wings. Ayan yung characteristic ng ating Ephemeroptera. Example, mayflies. We also have here Neuroptera with the Greek word neuro, which means nerve-winged. So this name is actually to describe yung intricate vein patterns sa kanilang pakpak. In terms of wing structure, they have two pairs of large, transparent, and lacy. Okay, when you may lacy, hindi tamad. Lacy wings, right? What do you mean by lacy wings? Kung nasa pagkainan kayo, yan yung pattern na nakikita nyo na binili ng nanay nyo na patungan ng plato, etc. Right? So yung pattern na yan, quite intricate, and this is called your lacy pattern or lace pattern. So bakit siya related or in comparison sa pakpak ng iyong Neuropterans? Well, if you can see, yung pakpak ng ating Neuropterans, para nga siyang laced pattern. Very intricate, very detailed pattern. Kaya naman, isa sa mga example ng Neuropterans related to this concept of lacy patterns, that would be your lace wings. It's one. So this is your lace wings. And you also have your ant lions. Yung nandito sa baba. Now, another insect order with vein patterns rin yung kanilang pakpak is we have Plecoptera. Now, Plecoptera. Greek word pleko, which means veined wings. Ang pagkakaiba lang ng Plecoptera sa ating Neuroptera is that this one medyo makapal yung vein patterns niya. It looks like a braid yung kanyang vein pattern sa kanyang pakpak. Is example of Plecopterans would be stoneflies. And stoneflies, by the way, is an indicator of clean water. So kapag may stoneflies, especially yung aquatic nymphs nila, kasi they're nymphs, their young self are also nymphs. Kapag may nakita kang aquatic nymphs ng stoneflies, that's an indication na malinis pa yung tubig. Another one would be your Trichoptera. Example would be your caddis flies. Now, Trichoptera, it means tricho. Yun yung Greek word na kinuhanan. Tricho meaning hair-winged. And if you can see, kung ito yung adult na caddis fly mo, mapapansin mo may mga buhok-buhok talaga yung kanyang pakpak. So, tama. Its wings are has hairy, has some pair, yung kanilang membranous wings is hairy, kaya sila tinawag na Trichoptera. Now, one interesting fact about Trichopterans ay yung kanilang aquatic larvae. Ito, their aquatic larvae actually build protective cases para protektahan yung sarili nila. Kumbaga, if you can see here, mga bato yan na kanilang pinagdidikit-dikit sa kanilang katawan para sila'y protektado. So it's a survival mechanism, kumbaga. So that's one of the interesting fact about Trichopterans. We also have Megaloptera. So Greek of megalo. So kung napanood nyo yung, what do you call this? I forgot the movie, yung movie ni Statham about that big shark, right? Anyways, mega means big. So ang Megaloptera, malalaki yung pakpak ng mga yan in comparison to their body. So they do have large pairs of membranous wings as well. Example would be your alder flies and Dobson flies. So these are your alder flies and the one below is your Dobson flies. Ang kanilang larvae is aquatic. This one, right? And their larvae are called hellgrammites. Yan po ang tawag sa larvae stage nila. And itong larvae stage nila may mga jaws na matulis and malaki rin, but they do not actually bite. So ibig sabihin, they can pinch you. So that's the idea. They can pinch you pero hindi naman ganun kasakit yung pinch nila kapag na-pinch ka nitong mga hellgrammites na to. Although these hellgrammites use their big and strong jaws to capture prey and to protect themselves as well. We also have dipterans. Dipterans by the word di and ptera, meaning two wings. So this refers now to orders of insects with two pairs of functional wings. So dalawa lang yung pakpak nila. Yung pakpak nila na yung true wings nila kumbaga. So they only have they only have four wings. So one pair of four wings which are also membranous. Now, meron silang specialized na pakpak, ang tawag doon halteres. Halteres. So these halteres are specialized wings and ang pinaka-purpose niya is for helping the flying insect to balance themselves. Kaya yung mga lamok at saka langaw, they are very good at sweeping away, flying kapag sila ay papatayin mo. Right? So that's the reason because they have halteres helps them to balance in times of flight and landing. So example ng dipterans mo would be flies and mosquitoes. Nadadako naman na tayo dun sa other group of insect orders. Kanina, pinag-usapan natin insect orders with membranous wings. Right now, insects with hardened forewings or yung may mga yung mga insekto na may let's say protective outer wings. So unahin natin of course yung beetles. These are called your coleopterans or order Coleoptera. So the Greek word there is koleos, meaning sheath-winged. Bakit sheath? What does it mean by sheath? Sheath, kunwari sa isang espada, yun yung damit ng iyong espada para maprotektahan yung espada mo. So sheath wings meaning ito yung pakpak that protects the inner membranous or softer wings of your beetles. So ito, yung pakpak na yan, these are hardened wings. Ang purpose niyan para protektahan yung kanyang mas malambot or membranous wings sa loob. We call these wings as yung hardened portion na wings ng beetle, we call that as elytra, by the way. Now, your coleopterans are the largest order of insects, by the way, and they have a diverse feeding habits as well. So, kasama dyan yung mga beetles mo, ladybugs, weevils, etc. We also have dermapterans. Classic example would be your earwigs. Now, dermapterans, yung word na dermaptera comes from the Greek word derma, which basically means skin. So they are skin-winged. So very thin yung kanilang wings, especially yung inner wings nila, but this one is also protected by a short, hardened forewings. So ito yung hind wings nila, it's very, very thin, kaya siya tinawag na skin, kaya siya tinawag na dermapteran because kung gaano kanipis yung kanilang pakpak, parang yun na rin yung pinakabalat nila. Or yung balat nila sobrang transparent na, hindi mo na makikita yung difference niya dun sa pakpak. But this inner membranous wings is protected by a short hardened wings. Ito yun. Okay? Very short hardened wings. Now, your dermapterans are mostly nocturnal insects and some of them, meron silang forceps-like cerci at the end. This one. Ano yung purpose niyan? For protection, capturing of prey, and sometimes it is also used for mating. Lalo na yung mga lalaki, nagpapalakihan ng ganyan. Kumbaga yan yung kanilang muscles na finiflex. So the bigger your forceps are, the better, kumbaga. So they use it also to attract females and protect their territory. Yan. Another example of insects with hardened wings would be your orthopterans. That would be your grasshoppers and crickets. The Orthoptera order came from the Greek word ortho, which means straight wings. So if you can see, all of the insects under Orthopterans has wings that are straightly aligned to their thorax. Okay, very straight yung kanilang forewings, right? Now, their wings are not really as hard like your elytra wings or yung wings ng iyong beetle, but rather they are more of leathery. So medyo tawag na ito, rubberized yung kanilang pakpak, and we call this specialized wings as tegmina. Yun yung outer wings nila. Pero yung inner wings nila, yung hind wings nila, is also membranous and they use that for flying. Now, most of these insects also are known from their very peculiar behavior called stridulation. Orthopterans are known for stridulation. And what is stridulation? Ito yung process of creating sounds through their body parts. So for example, yung iyong yung iyong cricket, I mean, meron niyang part na scraper. Tapos yung scraper part ng kanyang pakpak, mostly, kinukuskus niya yan dun sa file. So the file part is like parang plywood kumbaga, sabihin na natin. Tapos kinukuskus niya yung scraper dun sa file part para mag-produce siya ng sound. Kaya ang crickets maingay. Hindi po sila nagsasalita, they're just merely rubbing their body in order to produce sound. And we call that stridulation, by the way. Another example of orthopterans would be your locust. Crickets, locusts, grasshoppers, katydids. Of course, we have Blattodea, the insect order for your cockroaches. So they are named after the Latin word blatta, which means cockroach, kaya siya Blattodea. And yung kanilang forewings, yung outer wings nila, all are membranous. Whereas yung loob nila, yung hind wings nila yung forewings nila, yun yung leathery, and yung hind wings nila, yun yung membranous. Now, another example of your Blattodea would be your termite. Now, your termite, if I remember it correctly, it once belonged to the order Isoptera. Pero pinalitan na siya, parang sub-order na lang ata itong Isoptera, ipinunta siya sa order Blattodea. By the way, your termites, ang difference ng termites mo sa cockroaches is the fact that termites are may term na ginagamit, they are eusocial, by the way, yung termites mo. What does it mean by eusocial? Well, your termites, parang honeybees yung mga yan, they are highly organized. Kumbaga, meron silang colony, tapos dun sa colony nila may division of labor. May mga involved, for example, sa pagkuha ng pagkain, may involved sa pag-aalaga ng mga bagong termite, and may involved naman for protection. They're eusocial, just like your honeybee. So that's a good word, I guess, that we might want to remember. Another one would be your order Mantodea. Nandyan po yung ating praying mantis. So from the Greek word mantis, meaning prophet or seer. So bakit siya naging prophet, seer, or priest? Well, because your praying mantis looks like, by the word itself, they appears to be praying. They appears to have this posture of meditating. Kaya siya kasama sa order Mantodea. Now, they do have leathery forewings as well, and membranous rin yung kanilang hind wings. Now, your praying mantis, they are predators. And ano ang kanilang leg type? Ang leg type po ng praying mantis mo ay raptorial. So, it is meant for grasping their prey. Yung kanilang legs. Right? Dako naman na tayo. Doon sa ating third group, yung mga insektong walang pakpak, wingless insects. And una dyan, yung ating Zygentoma. And classic example of that would be silverfish. Now, Zygentoma comes from the Greek word zygon, which means yolk-bodied. Now, what is a yolk? By the way, yung araro, kumbaga. So, yan. Kaya ako nilagay itong picture na to ng cattle na ng carabao siguro to, hindi, cattle na lang to be safe, na may araro. So that's the yolk na nakadetach sa iyong hayop. Now yung Zygentoma, ang sinasabi niya, para kasing yolk yung different segments ng kanyang katawan. Yan. Kaya siya pinangalan as Zygentoma. Right? So they are wingless, wala silang pakpak. They are fast-moving and they do prefer damp or wet conditions. Mostly, ang kinakain ng mga to, they feed on starchy materials. Yung mga, let's say, nabubulok na mga plant parts, especially probably roots or plant parts that is rich, mayaman sa starch. Yan. We also have Protura. Now, Protura came from the Greek word pro and ura, which means before tail. Now, Protura have primitive appearances, right? Now, bakit siya tinawag na before tail? Well, it is believed by the scientific community that one of the earliest adaptations of insects is yung pagkakaroon nila ng tail. So, bago lang daw yung pagkakaroon nila ng tail parts, okay? Or yung pagkakaroon ng parang well-developed abdominal part. So, before tail simply means bago kayo magkaroon ng tail part or a well-developed abdominal part, yun yung tinutukoy niya dito. So, before having that, itong insekto na to, wala pang ganon and very primitive yung kanyang appearance. Bakit very primitive? First and foremost, wala siyang pakpak. So, wingless. Ano pa? Wala rin siyang mata. So that's eyeless. And they're very, very small and hindi rin ganun ka-well-developed yung kanilang abdominal part. Now, bukod sa wingless and eyeless sila, wala rin po silang antena. So yung nakikita natin dito na mukhang antena, hindi po yan antena. Yan yung first leg nila, by the way. And they use it to detect what is happening in their environment. So example of Protura would be your coneheads. We also have colembolans or colembula. Classic example dyan would be your springtails, yung mga insektong maliliit na tumatalon, right? Now, colembula comes from the Greek word koula, which basically means a glue peg. Okay? Now, nung na-discover kasi itong insekto na to sa kanyang may part sa kanya, may part sa kanya na nagbumukhang peg and it is a sticky part. And according sa mga scientists noon, ito daw sticky part na to, this one, yung nasa sentro, yung aking binilugan, ang pinaka-purpose daw niyan ay para dumikit sa surface, para hindi daw sila maalis, kumbaga. So its purpose is adhesion. But later on, they figured out na ang purpose talaga nitong, what do you call this? Nitong part na to is for maintaining hydration in the insect body. Yan. So another very cool characteristic ng iyong springtail is meron nga silang buntot, this one, and they actually use this to launch themselves up into the air. So parang spring, yun yung ginagamit nila yung tail na yan, parang spring para sila'y makatalon. Kaya ang hirap daw pong manghuli ng springtails. Madaling magparami. Ang mga springtails, madali silang magparami. And hindi basta-basta nauubos yung kanilang population. Primarily because of the way that they run away from predators if there are any. Mabilis yung process na yan, yung biglang tatalon na lang sila like a spring. By the way, itong peg structure ng iyong colembula na medyo sticky that maintains water inside the insect body is called your colophore. Colophore po ang tawag dyan. Colophore. Another wingless insect would be your Socodea. Socodea order. Kasama dyan yung mga lice and book lice, right? So, from the Greek word sokos means to grind. Now, primarily, yung book lice mo, yung kanyang mouth part, parang grinder, kung mapapansin mo. Yan. So, ano yung purpose nyon? Yung purpose nun is to chew, okay? Is to rasp yung isang surface. So, by the way, this is your book lice and this is your lice. In order for them to eat. Kaya ang mga lice and book lice din, madikit din sila because of their mouth part. And they really feed on the animal or human body, or in the case of book lice, kinakain talaga nila yung mga libro na nagkakaroon na ng molds. By the way, your lice and book lice are termed as ectoparasites. So they are parasites but they live outside of the animal body. Kaya siya ecto. Okay? Ecto meaning outside of the animal body. We also have another parasite, your fleas, right? They are still wingless. Greek word of siphon and pitera or wingless. So, bakit tube? Bakit Siphonoptera? Because of their mouth part who resembles a siphon style. Anong ginagawa ng siphon style na part nila na yan? Pang-suck ng dugo. So for blood feeding, especially on mammals and birds. Example would be yung dog flea and cat flea. Or yung tinatawag nating timal. Yan. We also have Gryloblatoidea. Again, wingless itong mga insekto na to. They are a combination of cricket and cockroach. So they look like a cricket, but at the same time, they also look like a cockroach. Example mo would be your ice crawlers. Now, mostly, itong mga Gryloblatoidea, with the word grylo rin, I think, okay, they live on very, very cold environments, usually found in mountainous regions na mataas ang altitude. So examples would be ice crawlers. Kaya din sila tinawag na ice crawlers because they are insects who live basically on ice or in temperatures that are very, very low. Lastly, let's talk about insects with unique wing structures or insects with unique structures. Unang-una dyan, yung ating Hymenoptera. Hymenoptera examples would be bees, wasps, and ants. Now, the Greek word for Hymenoptera is hymen, which basically refers to their membranous wings. And their membranous wings, both forewings and hindwings, they are joined together by a hook. Anong tawag doon sa hook structure na yon? It is called hamuli. So kung ito yung forewing mo, ito yung hindwing mo, may hook structure dyan, ito po yun. And ano yung itsura niyan? Ganito. Right? So para siyang Velcro, something like that. And itong hamuli na yan is used to connect the forewings and the high wings. Now, most of your Hymenopterans, by the way, nasabi ko na to kanina when I was presenting about termites, sila rin po ay eusocial. Katulad ng iyong bees, wasps, and mga langgam. May sinusunod silang hierarchy, may division of labor sa kanilang colony. And they're very, very efficient, by the way. Parang machinery itong mga maliliit na colonies na ito. Another very unusual na insect order would be your Rhaphidioptera. Okay, Rhaphidioptera, from the Greek word raphis, meaning needle-winged. So these are named for their long neck and needle-like appearance. But ang isang example dito ng Rhaphidioptera para hindi nyo makalimutan are snake flies. Now bakit? Tignan mo naman itong insekto na to. Mukhang ahas yung kanyang ulo, right? Now this Rhaphidiopterans with the names, this snake flies, I believe. These snake flies, are also predatory, just like your snake. So dapat di nyo makakalimutan to. So they are needle-winged, needle-like appearance, pero para sa akin, they resemble a snake. Kaya din isa sa mga classic example would be your snake flies. No, kapag meron kang insekto na nagmumukhang ahas, meron ka ring insekto na nagmumukhang scorpion. And that would be under Mycoptera. Huh? Example would be your scorpion flies. Scorpion flies. Now, these insects, they have long wings from the name Meko, which means long-winged. But ang isa sa mga pinaka-unique feature nito is yung pagkakaroon ng tail structure that looks like a scorpion stinger. Although, ito naman ay harmless. Okay? Now, these are only present in males, I believe. I'm not sure with females. Siguro present din pero hindi ganito ka-evident. Yan. So, scorpion fly under order Mecoptera. We also have Strepsiptera. Classic example would be your twisted wing parasites. Now, Strepsiptera are really parasitic. Parasites of insects as well. So itong mga to, nabubuhay sila sa katawan ng insekto. Like for example, wasps and bees. Now, itong Strepsipterans mo, meron din po silang haltear. Yan. Ito yon. So false, modified wings. Although this haltear now is found in the front, is found in the front as compared to our dipterans kanina na kung saan yung haltear nila is found on the back or what do you call this? Hind wings. Ito parang nasa harap yung kanilang haltears. Now itong haltears na to, this looks like small twisted wings. Kaya din siya tinawag na twisted wing or Strepsiptera from the Greek word strepsis meaning twisted. Now these are again parasitic insects usually found in the bodies of other insects such as your bees and wasp. Another one, of course, yung ating stick insects. That would be under order Phasmatodea. From the Greek word mantis, so dalawa yan, and phasma, meaning phantom, right? Because they are like ghosts. Why do they bakit sila nagmumukhang ghost or apparition? Well, because they have extraordinary camouflage abilities. Your Phasmatodea can look like a stick. It can blend into the forest. It can blend into the leaves of the plants. Now, most of these insects, they are wingless, but some has wings. Pero kung mapapansin mo, reduced yung wings nila, hindi ganun kalaki as compared to their body size. Now, these are masters of camouflage, by the way, and ang purpose ng pagka-camouflage na into stick para ma-avoid yung mga predator. Now, aside from stick insects, kasama din sa Phasmatodea mo, yung leaf insect natin or those insects that looks like leaves. And lastly, we have Thysanoptera. Okay? These are orders of insects with fringe wings. What do you mean by fringe? So kung nakapunta ka na sa isang birthday party at may design na parang na hati-hati or segmented na kurtina, yan yung tinatawag natin na fringe. Now this kind of structure is found in your Thysanoptera, in their wings specifically, parang may mga fringes yung kanilang pakpak. Okay? This is different from hair. This doesn't look like hair, it looks more of a fringe. Okay? So iba siya dun sa hairy wings natin kanina na order of insects. So these are fringe-winged insects. Example of that would be your thrips. They are small, they are plant-feeding insects that can usually damage your crops. So here are some of the common or usual insect orders na dinidiscuss in relation to agriculture. Thank you so much for tuning in and hope you had a great day.